LED light strip. Take a look at that. I have two lights now, the LED strip and the box itself. The Raspberry Pi Zero mini computer board.
Welcome back to my channel. Today is 18th of March.
Let's continue with the project, and the first thing that we need to do is making the battery pack out of 3 LiPo 18650 batteries and connected in serial that will give 12 volts. But for regular charging we need a BMS charging module, which is this one. And here it is, the PCB board for charging the batteries, and like this you need to connect in serial, and on these points, negative and positive, you can charge the battery, or you can connect a load, which is nice. At the same time, on the same points you can charge or load. Good. After making the battery pack and soldering the wires with the BMS, next thing is making the wooden box, split it in 2 parts, and in next minute you're gonna watch how I made it. Also, I am using a couple of electronic components like digital LED voltmeter module for showing the voltage. I'm going to use one push switch. I'm going to use one main switch for power on the LEDs. In this case I'm using Piranha LEDs, and I'm gonna place LEDs around all the box. That means 360 degrees. And I'm using one 12 volt DC output socket that will be for load or for charging. Here it is, the final result. This is my logo. I made it in 2022. There are 2 boxes, 1, 2. Here is placed, as I said, the battery pack. Here it is, the electronics. It's simple, but it looks complicated. I have put LEDs from 4 sides, 360 degrees. I have used a transparent plastic piece just to protect the LEDs, and here it is, the LED voltmeter. Let's try it. It shows 11.4 volts. Great. Here it is, the 12 volts output that can be output and input for charging the battery pack. On these terminals also I have output of 12 volts, and this is the main switch for turning on the LED light for camping. Just to kill the lights. Alright. This is nice. From all sides I have placed LEDs, and this is a nice box. And next thing is this. Let's say that this light is not enough for you, but I have a 12 volts output. And here it is, the LED strip that works on 12 volts with DC jack. Let's turn off this one and turning on the LED light strip. Take a look at that. I have 2 lights now, the LED strip and the box itself. This is nice. Let's check the voltage. 10.9 volts. The voltage has dropped because here we have many LEDs that pull out very current. Turn off, showing 11.3. Okay, I hope you like it. It turned out pretty amazing. It's made from wood, it's a homemade, camping, rechargeable LED light. Let me explain the circuit diagram of this emergency batteryless LED light using a supercapacitor for storing the absorbed electricity from the solar panel from the sun. And just look at the quality of the board. Okay, here lays a solar panel 2.5 volts, and here I will place the supercapacitor 2.7 volts and 10 farads. That is great. And two switches, 1 and 2, two resistors that you need to pick up for the brightness of the LED. And I have one row for yellow and second row for white. And this will be emergency LED light PCB board. Okay. For making the emergency light, I need a small solar panel that gives 5 volts. I need a supercapacitor 2.7 volts and 10 farads. I got these 10 pieces from eBay for around $20, I think. I'm using 6 LEDs in 2 rows by 3. One of them are orange and other one is white, and those LEDs are controlled by small micro switches. And for reducing the current, I'm using 5 ohms resistors. And why this device is batteryless? Because I'm using a supercapacitor instead LiPo battery or nickel cadmium or nickel metal hydride, whatever. The supercapacitor can last many years, and that's why this is an emergency batteryless solar LED light with PCB board. That it's looking good. By the way, in next couple of seconds you will see how I pour epoxy resin in Lego mold and putting one of these boards inside epoxy, and we're gonna see what will happen. And here it is, the guy. Solid, and one of these boards I have placed it inside the epoxy, and here it is the back. There is too many bubbles. You can see that the LEDs and the supercapacitor and the solar panel is in epoxy, but the switches are protected with this rubber that I made while I have poured the epoxy, and protect the switches from the liquid. Let's turn on. It didn't turn out how I like it, but for the first time it's great. Alright. Okay, that was all for today's video. I hope you like it. Please leave a like, share and subscribe to my channel. As I said, for today's project I'm using Raspberry Pi Zero W 1.1 version, and this is the board. It's a small computer with 1 GHz processor. It have 512 megabytes RAM. It have a wireless connection built in. It have ports like micro USB, mini HDMI. It have a micro SD slot for card and placing operating system. Let's start. Okay, of course you can't use the board like this. You can damage some electronic components and many things can go wrong. So you need a case. You can build it by your own from wood or plastic, but in today's video I'm using 3D printed case for this small guy. Take a look at the 3D printed case. Did you notice something? There is a section for the board and section for lithium battery. Yep, I'm gonna try to make small computer with own power supply, which will be this battery, and all place it in this 3D printed case. Okay. How to power the board without using the micro USB port. Behind the board there are 2 points where you can solder positive and negative wire, and those wires will go to the switch and from here to the 18650 lithium battery. I'm using copper wire, thin copper wires. Everything is connected. Here it is the switch that goes to the board, from the board to the negative and to the positive. Here will be placed the lithium battery. Very nice. So far so good. The next step is to install operating system on this 8 GB micro SD card, and after doing that I'm gonna place into the Raspberry Pi and see will it run. Also you need a module for charging the lithium battery, and this little guy needs to be placed right here so you can charge it, the lithium battery, and make this small gadget a portable media device. Alright, the micro SD card is ready. Now I'm gonna insert it. Push it with my screwdriver. Okay. And before closing the lid and making all the connections with the LCD monitor and the keyboard, I'm gonna try it. Does it work? It should light. Yep, the green LED blinking. That means that the board is working. I have a small LCD 9-inch or 10-inch that have HDMI input. Let's power up. And the mini Raspberry Pi computer, the board Raspberry Pi Zero have mini HDMI output. This is the port. Okay, connecting. Alright. Nothing else. This box needed to be connected just with HDMI cable. The power supply is inside. It have a wireless connection for Bluetooth keyboard like this one. Okay. And let's power up. Come on. Yup. Working. You can make your own media station, just like this one, or to be a mini personal computer. It's a portable personal computer because inside there is a rechargeable lithium battery and Raspberry Pi Zero mini computer board.
Welcome back to my channel. Today is 18th of March.
I hope you liked today's video, which was building mini personal computer with Raspberry Pi. Please give a thumb up